Worn out, old, and damaged. That's what you see in this car. It's hard to believe it used to be a Porsche 944, an icon of speed and style. But now, just look at it. Its glory days are long gone. And this Porsche 944 has been left abandoned in a junkyard, untouched by soap, for a staggering 15 years. Once the dream of many, it now looks like a moving heap of trash, covered in a thick layer of dust and tangled weeds. Ordinary people would just pass by, but not these young men, seasoned veterans in assessing cars. Our restoration heroes, with noses that can sniff out money through layers of dust and cobwebs, decided to haul this car back for a closer look. The first issue was immediately apparent. All 4 tires were completely flat, making the journey to the garage even more challenging. After some deliberation, the team decided to take a gamble and determinedly tow the car back, no matter the obstacles. Fortunately, the car was towed back without a hitch, apart from the towing fee. Our hero, let's call him Dan the car washer, made a grand entrance, revealing that the Porsche now looked like a pile of scrap metal, uncertain if selling it would even cover the towing costs. With a gleam in his eye, Dan approached the car with the reverence of an archaeologist, unearthing an ancient artifact. After vacuuming up all the leaves and debris and inspecting the engine and steering wheel, he concluded that the car could still be salvaged. Thus, the team decided to proceed with cleaning it up. Starting with the wheels, Dan, with hands as skillful as Picasso's, swiftly removed all the remaining straw and weeds lodged between the wheel crevices. The dried grass and dirt accumulated over 15 years of neglect were gradually cleared away. Dan used a stiff brush to scrub the wheel crevices, removing the thick layers of dirt. He carefully sprayed high-pressure water on each wheel, the water splashing away the stubborn grime. Once the wheels were thoroughly soaked, Dan applied a specialized pink cleaning solution, resembling cotton candy, evenly across the wheel surfaces. This cleaner not only helped soften the tough stains, but also created a thick foam, making the scrubbing process easier. Dan continued using a soft brush, meticulously scrubbing every nook and cranny of the wheels. Long-standing stains began to peel off, revealing the shiny metal underneath. He left no detail untouched, from the ventilation holes to the bolts. After thorough scrubbing, Dan rinsed the wheels again with high-pressure water to remove all cleaning solutions and remaining dirt. The wheels were now completely transformed, from a chaotic mess covered in dust and weeds to gleaming as if brand new. With the wheels spotless, Dan moved on to washing the car's exterior. He began by spraying high-pressure water all over the body, removing the thick layer of dust that had clung for 15 years. The powerful jets of water splashed everywhere, sweeping away the dirt and debris, revealing a paint job faded by time. The thick dust dissolved under the water, layer by layer, creating a scene reminiscent of rain on a parched field. Next, Dan sprayed the specialized car soap evenly across the car's surface and the engine under the hood. White foam began to appear, covering the car, helping to soften the stubborn stains. Dan used a soft brush, gently but thoroughly scrubbing every crevice of the car. He meticulously cleaned every small detail, from the gaps on the car body, the ridges, to the Porsche logo on the hood. The thick soap foam gradually disappeared as Dan continued to spray high-pressure water to rinse it off. Years of grime, from dirt and dried mud to algae and almost fossilized bird droppings, were all washed away. Wow, look at that. The original gold paint of the Porsche 944 began to shine through, gleaming more and seemingly coming to life. Having finished cleaning the exterior, Dan moved inside to clean and restore the Porsche 944's interior. As soon as he opened the car door, he sighed at the sight of the seats and velvet carpets covered in thick dust and gravel, thick enough to grow crops. But with determination and expert skills, Dan began his work. First, Dan used a high-powered vacuum to remove the layers of dust and debris from the seats and velvet carpets. He carefully vacuumed every corner, from the small crevices in the seats to the hidden corners under the carpets. The vacuum roared, sucking in dirt and debris into the bag, leaving the velvet surface gradually cleaner. The amount of dust and debris he vacuumed up could fill a small landfill, but finally, the luxurious seats and velvet carpets emerged, looking almost new. After vacuuming, Dan used a specialized rotating machine for deeper cleaning. He started with the seats, spraying a layer of cleaning solution onto the seat surfaces, then using the rotating machine to scrub. The machine's powerful rotating brush helped lift the stubborn stains, bringing dirt and grime to the surface for easy cleaning. Dan's thorough scrubbing not only cleaned, but also restored the softness of the leather and velvet on the seats. After scrubbing, he used the vacuum again to suck up the remaining solution and dirt, leaving the seat surfaces shiny and clean. For the velvet carpets, Dan carefully removed them from the car and took them outside for cleaning. He began by vacuuming, ensuring that large debris and surface dirt were removed. Then, just like with the seats, he sprayed cleaning solution on the carpets and used the rotating machine to scrub. The machine penetrated deep into the velvet fibers, removing dirt and stubborn stains. Once the carpets were clean, Dan rinsed them with clean water to wash away the cleaning solution and dirt, then used the vacuum to dry them. The velvet carpets, once cleaned and dried, became soft and shiny as if newly installed. Next, Dan turned his attention to the plastic parts inside the car. He used a small brush and a specialized cleaning spray to clean details like the dashboard, steering wheel, gear lever, doors, and storage compartments. First, he sprayed a layer of cleaner onto the plastic surfaces, then used the brush to gently scrub away dirt and stains. The plastic parts, which had dulled over time, began to shine and look fresh again. Dan paid special attention to cleaning the gaps and buttons on the dashboard. He used a small brush to clean each gap, ensuring no dirt was left behind. He also wiped the buttons and switches, making them smooth and responsive like new. For large plastic surfaces like the dashboard and doors, Dan used a soft cloth to dry and polish. He gently moved the cloth, soothing the plastic surface and creating a thin protective layer, helping to repel future dirt. After finishing the interior cleaning, the Porsche 944's interior was completely transformed. From seats and velvet carpets covered in dust to dull plastic parts, everything now looked clean and shiny. With the interior cleaning complete, Dan moved on to the final and most crucial step, polishing the Porsche 944 to restore its shiny, dazzling exterior. This was the moment the car truly transformed from a forgotten relic to a work of art. Dan prepared the necessary tools, including a polishing machine, various polishing pads, and specialized polishing solution. He sprayed a layer of polishing solution onto the car's surface, ensuring every part of the paint was evenly covered. The polishing machine in his hand started moving at high speed, the soft but powerful pad contacting the paint surface, soothing and rejuvenating the dulled paint. He moved the polishing machine in small circular motions, gently but steadily, gradually making each part of the car shine. Minor scratches and signs of age began to disappear, revealing the vibrant original paint. After polishing the entire surface, Dan used a soft cloth to wipe off the remaining solution. The Porsche 944 now reflected sunlight like a precious gem, its sharp lines and edges standing out more than ever. Dan stepped back, admiring his work with pride.